Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Daily. If we haven't had a chance to meet yet, my name is Corey. I've had the honor of serving as the worship pastor at Trinity for nearly 7 years, and I'm so glad that we get a chance to connect today. Well, over the years, we've done hundreds of songs. Some of them connect with me more than others, and today I want to share about one of the songs that has most impacted me. The song is called The Table. It's by Chris Tomlin, and it's all about God's invitation to lay down our burdens and come experience the goodness of his heart. In essence, it's an invitation to draw near to God. To me, one of the most amazing things about the biblical narrative is that it is the story of God, the infinite reaching out to us, the finite, and drawing humanity close to his heart. One of the things that was scandalous about Jesus to his contemporaries is that he didn't simply call the brightest and the best. His message wasn't just for the devout, and nor was it simply for the nation of Israel. Rather, he came preaching good news to insider and outsider, to the downcast and to the people who don't have their life all together. His kingdom message was for people like you and for people like me. You see, God delights in inviting everybody to his table. You know, the table is such a powerful symbol of belonging. To share a meal with somebody is an expression of bonding and inclusivity. And to be welcomed to the table of God, the creator of heaven and earth, is an incredible thought. Chris Tomlin's song reminds me that in the Lord I am accepted and welcomed with open arms. And the invitation to the feast of God extends to every single one of us. And there's another way in which this particular song speaks to me. It centers on a passage in Matthew chapter 11 where Jesus says, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you. Let me teach you, because I am humble and gentle at heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy to bear, and the burden I give you is light." You know, when I was young, a well-meaning relative gave me the impression that God is an aloof being who keeps a tally of rights and wrongs, and who would be angry at us if we mess up. And so my first introduction to religion was a false, legalistic concept of God. And I think that particular experience created a tendency towards legalism that I struggle with to this day. You see, deep in my heart, I can have a misguided sense that I can earn God's love through my own moral efforts. Now, I believe that morality is important, and I believe that the appropriate expression of true faith is love and ethical living. But there have been times where instead of trusting God for my salvation and for the shaping of my character, I place my hope in my own efforts towards morality. And there inevitably comes a point where my thoughts and my deeds fall short of the standard of life that I see embodied in Jesus Christ. And at times, the result has been a sense of despair that rests like a weight upon my heart. But the good news is that as I've grown in an understanding of the heart of God and the message of the gospel, there's been a radical reorientation in my life to focus on Christ as my sole sufficiency for salvation and righteousness. You see, God is pleased to forgive all of my sins. Hebrews chapter 10 says that by one offering, he forever made perfect those who are being made holy. And this is a source of great hope to me. You see, the gospel means that God has given us the righteousness of Christ and the adoption as children of God. And the beautiful thing is that the gift is unmerited. It's not based on what we did. It's based on what Jesus did for us. The gospel teaches us to let go of the weight of our striving and to rest in God. As I rest in the finished work of Christ, I find that my whole life is being transformed by the costly salvation that he bought for me. And my pursuit of right living is no longer based in a sense of fear that God will reject me if I fail, but rather everything inside of me is motivated to imitate the way of Jesus because of the great love that he has been pleased to give me. In Jesus, I find myself fully accepted and relieved of the burdens of both my guilt and my pursuit of self-righteousness. And this is truly good news. So today there's an open invitation for us to lay down our burdens and to come to the table of God. And there's room for us in God's heart, no matter who we are and no matter what we've done. I believe that it's time for us to let go of the weight of trying to be our own Savior and to fix our eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith. And so, as Chris Tomlin's song says, "Come all you weary, come and find. His yoke is easy and his burden is light." It's time to come to the table. Here's a version of the song that my friends and I did a couple of years ago. Thanks for joining us today.
I will feast at the table of the Lord. I will feast at the table of the Lord. And I won't hunger anymore at his table. I will feast at the table of the Lord. I will feast at the table of the Lord. And I